At this time, all participants are in listen-only mode. Later, you will have the opportunity to ask questions during the question and answer session. It's now my pleasure to turn the conference over to Joe Stefan. Please go ahead, sir.
All right, hello, welcome everyone to the Warren conference call. I think I've got a new microphone here, so we'll see if it's working. I'll find out in the Facebook comments if we are live. Last week it was probably a little scratchier audio, but now I got a bigger, better thing now. That was our problem a few weeks back. Was some old, outdated equipment, right? That happens sometimes.
Just like us, right?
Just like us. So today you got myself, Joe Stefan, Director of Van Operations, and Ben Coffin, Director of Safety. Ben, you want to kick us off?
Yeah, well, it looks like it's working, right? But we'll see. Yeah, hey, welcome everybody. Appreciate the time today to talk. A couple safety things. This summer, I don't know if it's just me, but I've seen or heard on the news plenty of collisions between commercial motor vehicles and railroad train cars. There's just one in our backyard about an hour south of here. And you don't usually hear that, but I think maybe it's just me, but there's been several occasions where we've had some there's been some catastrophic accidents as a result. So this week's talking points is obviously railroad crossing safety. So hopefully your fleet managers have been talking to you about that this week. If not, make sure that you remind them too, because they have until the end of today to talk to everybody.
Yep.
Yeah. So just a couple things just to recap it. Know your clearance. Obviously, our open deck folks have a little bit more of a risk on humped railroad crossings because of their low boys and RGNs and stuff like that. But we've seen vans get stuck on there either from the jack stands or the dolly stands, or just anything. If you encounter a humped unusual type of railroad crossing. So just be aware of that. Look for the signs. The yellow and black warning signs will either say low clearance, obviously for your height, or they'll have grade profile warnings. So if you're in unfamiliar territory, usually these happen in urban areas, but it could also happen out in the country, like we saw one here in Iowa. And if I would say never downshift or never shift when you're going through a track, but now we have a lot of automatics. So, obviously don't stop, right? It's a legal stop to get stopped before the railroad tracks and proceed, even if you have a stop sign at the end. If you cannot stop safely after that railroad crossing. So that is a legal stop before. We've actually had a couple Linux events where they've caught our guys for, running a stop sign, but it was actually everything our operators did correctly. They stopped before the railroad track and proceeded across and did not stop at that stop sign because it was an unsafe thing to do. So kudos to those folks. But if you do get stalled on the tracks, time is of the essence. First of all, get out of the vehicle as quickly as possible. Run towards the train, not away from it. Obviously don't run into the train, but you want to run towards the train to avoid the train following you in debris. But also identify there's emergency numbers at those railroad crossings. We absolutely have to get a hold of that railroad to get their attention to stop the trains. I just found something out that trains take at least a mile to come to a complete stop. That's 18 football fields. Trucks take 2 football fields. You times that by 9, and you get that kind of idea of how much mass and velocity those things have and how long it takes to stop. So if we can't locate a sign, call 911, get a hold of safety, get a hold of your fleet manager. We have extra tools on site that we can, look up railroad companies. There's websites. Again, time is of the essence. Get a hold of us. You never know if a train is going to be coming a minute or an hour. They don't run on schedules. The myth that they run only at night is a complete myth. It is an irregular route schedule, and all it takes is one to have a catastrophic event. So railroad crossings, it's been a while since we've talked about that, so that's in the news. Our new CSA numbers came out for July, and we improved in every category but one. We improved in our crash. We improved in our maintenance. Best score in a long, long time. I'll cover that in a little bit. Unsafe driving dropped. So kudos to the men and women out there doing the right things. I was very pleased with the results, except one caught our attention, and I brought it up last week as far as our hours of service numbers for July were things that we're not really used to. We had 4 violations in July, but looking internally, we had a lot more 8-hour violations than we should have. A lot of 11-hour violations, 14 hours, and 70 hours. Um, Folks, you have 8 hours to take a 30-minute break, right? And believe me, if the longer you wait, the more things are going to happen, more curveballs are going to get thrown at you as far as like traffic or delivery delays or this or that or weather that you're not going to get stopped in time and you're going to get that 8 hour violation. You have 8 hours, right? Take it sooner than later. That way you get it out of the way. The 14-hour clock, that's simply just managing your day. We had one individual take left himself on duty for 7 hours. And then what happens is he hustles because he thought he didn't have enough time left and got a bunch of following distance events because he was in a hurry. So manage your clock. That's time is money. I mean, on duty time is great, but don't take excessive on duty time if you don't have to. Manage. Every time, every second counts in the ELD world. So let's get back to what we usually do. And our hours of service rate I was just boasting that we had the best in our affiliate companies, and we're at 13% last month. That means that we were better than 87% of the carriers out there. Well, we jumped up to 22 in 1 month. So we had a 9% increase in just 30 days alone. So that's how tricky and how sensitive that hours of service basic can be. So far we're third of the month through August, and I like what I've seen. But I want to get back to maintenance. We talk about lights, brakes, tires. Tire violation, inflation. That was last week's talking points because we had 4 violations in the month of July. But collectively, we've gotten better than other carriers in that aspect. So our maintenance score has gotten down below the 60 percentile, which we haven't been there in, I think, 8 years. So the men and women existing on our fleet today, that is absolutely outstanding. You're taking your pre-chips seriously. You're in route inspections. You're knowing that your lights will work. Your pigtail secure. You've done your preventive maintenance. I hear Joe about hey, it's due for a PM, right? It's probably due for a PM. Trust the system. The last thing you want to do is get in a breakdown on the road and cost you time and money or CSA points. Other than that, I want to talk about, we only have 2 birthdays this week. First of all, my dad's birthday, so happy birthday, Pops. But our contractors, Courtney Lincoln and Darius Brock, birthdays are this week, so happy birthday to you. Wish you many, many, many more. And then I just want to end on our Lytics coaching. Make sure you utilize that driver app. If you have an event, make sure you go in there, understand what it is that caused that event to trigger, and then how do we learn from it, right? It's game film. We're big sports guys here. I love watching game film or talking statistics because, hey, all right, we're doing good in this category. We're doing that and good. I live in a world of metrics, safety metrics here, safety metrics there. It's no different than what you guys should be doing, right? How am I doing my safety metrics? Am I hearing from my fleet manager? Am I getting events on Lytics? Am I getting my hours of service calls from the hours of service department, right? Those are all metrics that correlate into safe operation, great safety culture, and for the most part, we are knocking it out of the park. Just got to tweak a few things. So on Lytics, watch your following distance, right? 6 to 8 seconds, 68 seconds, even a lot. 6 to 8 is obviously the recommended following distance in ideal conditions at about 65 miles an hour. So tweak it, add 1 or 2 more seconds in inclement weather or heavy traffic. So other than that, let's keep doing in August what we've been doing, and that's just safe operation, and appreciate everybody's efforts. Joe?
Thanks, man. A couple things you had in there I want to touch on. So number one, railroads. So I got one family member. My niece's husband is a railroad conductor, works in the engine itself. And then a friend of mine from college has been in the railroad industry, planning, coordinating, what have you, for probably 15 years, plus or minus. And folks, yeah, you think Ben has a tough job in trucking safety, railroad safety. When things go bad, they go really bad. Fatalities, not frequently, but the percentage of incidents that turn into fatalities are a lot when they do have an incident. So be mindful. It's not a common thing that happens. I appreciate the effort you put in. It's something you don't think about a lot, and that's really the purpose of the safety talking points. It's to get things in front of me. Yeah, last week tires, probably something we talk about all the time, but we want to get something in front of you. Maybe you don't think about all the time so that it's just stays fresh. So I appreciate that. That's something that means something to me with people that I know very well that have been involved in, not personally involved in crashes, but have dealt with the incidents. With my nephew, my niece's husband, he's firsthand been involved. Not much you can do. It's a pretty helpless feeling as a train conductor, because like Ben said, it takes a mile to
A
stop.
long time stop.
The second thing I wanted to hit on, so he brought up lytics and following distance. I just want to let everybody know, every Monday, we're giving out 2 additional free truck washes, one for logging in during the course of the last week, and one for getting a goose egg, hanging a 0, striking out the side, one for getting 0 points in the last week. So last week, so everybody who logs into lytics gets entered into the drawing, and one person gets a truck wash. And out of that category of people, Michael Fuller won the truck wash this week. So Michael, that's available on Blue Beacon for you. And for those contractors who are on the van division and had 0 points in the last 7 days, Scott Newman's the winner. You got to be running. Scott was running. So I appreciate the effort and the hard work. There's actually, you guys might not believe it, but there's a large percentage of our fleet that are between 0 and 9 points, most of our drivers. So it's a good thing. That's a good thing to be at, a little over half. Okay, so moving on from that, I got a couple of things I want to hit on, and then I'll give away some more truck washes for the last month's calls. So we're doing a lot of repeat business, but we're also developing a lot of new business, and that's what it takes in a market like this, where we're getting opportunities to quote. We're quoting high rates. A lot of people tell us to pound sand. They want somebody cheaper, but a few people want some service, and they say, "Yeah, I'm going to pay your rates." And so that's how we're developing rates. Is every load going to pay more? No. But overall, every month of 2027, our over-the-road van division has grown the rate per mile billed. So what that means is, over the course of time, the rate per mile is increasing on the different lanes that we're hauling. But it's a lot of different stuff. So when you're doing something new to you, or maybe it's new to us, I mean, there's really about 3 things that I can say are the most important thing for you and your dispatcher to really work together on. Number 1 is know what on time is. Okay, if you think on time is 7 o'clock and on time is really 6 o'clock, then you're going to be late. If we tell you on time is 8 o'clock and you think there's about a 2-hour slush, ask us if there's a 2-hour slush. If there is, we'll tell you. If not, we'll tell you no, it's 8 o'clock is 8 o'clock. I haven't worked at one of the places. I've heard of other carriers who will misinform their drivers and tell them 6 o'clock to get them to show up by 8 o'clock. We're going to treat you with a lot more respect than that and tell you the actual expectations so that you meet them. So number 1 is know what on time is. Really understand it. Is it a window or is it a strict appointment? Is it a loose appointment? Understand that. They're usually within a phone call or 2, we can have that. If we don't have it readily handy for you, we can get it for you. And if we don't know, then boy, we better stop. Every Thursday or Friday, we'll have somebody who's either tracking to be late, or maybe we shipped the load and we shouldn't have sent you with the load because we didn't really have the appointment confirmed. So I want you to go into every load you're hauling knowing what the appointment time is, knowing what the window is for delivery, knowing if it's live load or drop and hook. If you're not sure, ask. And if dispatcher's not sure, they got the same feedback's going to them today. Believe it or not, that's going to be my topic number 1, and probably number 1 and only this week, is know what on time is. And then the second thing is plan ahead to be on time. So that means you got to work ahead. Don't wait until the last minute. If you're counting on going through Atlanta at 65 miles an hour on Thursday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you're probably counting on being late because there's going to be traffic delays. When we tell a customer, I think I said this a week ago, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago, when we tell a customer we missed our delivery because of traffic or because of hours of service, you know what they hear? They hear a Charlie Brown teacher going, wah, 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 excuses, excuses. You're not on time. So we just want to make sure that we give the information you need so you know when you're supposed to be there, and then for you to execute that and be on time. That's really the big thing. And then the third one, which you might think is second nature, but turn your paperwork in. Right when you deliver it, turn your paperwork in. We want to pay you as quickly as we can, and we want to get as many of you paid for the loads that deliver after the cutoff as we can. So what we run into sometimes on a Tuesday or on a Wednesday is we have a bottleneck of paperwork that was held throughout the course of the week and then turned in all at once on Monday, or maybe even after the cutoff on Tuesday with a phone call to say, hey, I didn't get this turned in. Can I get this settled? And we want to do it, and we're going to do it. But there's only so many hours in the day, and there are validation things which have to occur with the customer before we can settle out the loads. We want to pay you quickly. So when you make your delivery, when you get your signature, get the app out, turn the paperwork in right away. That way we got that process started right away. Those are the three things. Know what on time is, be on time, turn in your paperwork fast. And then that's going to help us to get you paid and get you onto the next load so we can get the next pay to be even higher. Okay. The second topic I have for you is just a reminder. It's been maybe a month, but it's worth talking about again. I hear from contractors about it, and I've seen it firsthand. If there's maintenance that's required on a trailer, or if there's debris in the back of a trailer, don't leave it for the next guy to fix. Make sure you get it taken care of yourself before you drop it. The number of times we get a message in on the Qualcomm, hey, that trailer I dropped there last night, that needs to get, it had a flat tire. Can you send someone out to fix it? So we need to get the repairs, the maintenance done before we're dropping off the trailers, and then leave the trailer in a condition like you'd want it to be in if you were the next guy who picks it up, because maybe you will be. All right. The last thing is we got another month of truck washes to give away. I didn't give them away last week because I ran out of time, but I got them this week. So we have Robert Cervantes, longtime contractor, Marcus Smith, been here a little while, Tom Young's been here a little while, and Jesse Hardy just got started. So Robert Cervantes, Marcus Smith, Tom Young, and Jesse Hardy. Congratulations. Thanks for being engaged with our company, whether it's on Facebook or on the call itself. Appreciate you being on board over the course of the last month. At some point, you were on one or more of the calls. So we appreciate that. Go to the nearest blue beacon. You'll have 90 days to redeem it for a truck-only wash. Just use your truck number when you check in, a truck number and Warren Transport, and you'll get a free truck wash. Appreciate your patronage to our wonderful Facebook page. I'm told I'm a social media influencer. That's what I've been told.
You are.
I don't know if that's true. All right, Luke, with that, can you remind our callers how to register a question?
Hi, everyone. If you would like to ask a question, please go ahead and press #1 now on your telephone keypad. Again, that's #1, and you'll be placed in a queue in order to receive. I have a question from Damian Hall. Damian Hall, go ahead, please.
Yeah, I just have a question. You mentioned last week about something about the safety meeting down in or safety banquet in Laredo.
Yes.
What date is that? And are you allowed to attend both, the one in Waterloo and the one down in Laredo, if you're down in Laredo?
Great question, Damien. Yes, thank you. First of all, it's September 19th. That is a Saturday night down in Laredo, Texas. It's going to be at the DoubleTree. For you longtime operators that live down there or from there, we've been at the Embassy Suites for a long time, and we are switching it back up, old school. We used to go to the Holiday Inn, which is now the DoubleTree, a little bit further downtown in Laredo off of 35. So I think it's on Garden Street. So that is September 19th. Love to have everybody. Every operator is encouraged to attend. Our website is currently live. If you want to put reservations on there for that, and also if you want a room, you can also sign up there as well. So good question, Damien. The answer is yes, and it's September 19th in Laredo, Texas.
Okay, that's all I want to know. Thank you.
Thank you.
And again, if you have a question, please go ahead and press #1. It looks like we don't have any other questions.
All right, well, appreciate y'all being on the call today. Looking forward to having another safe, productive week. And yes, we'll make sure Ben tells his dad happy birthday from you, Richard, and everybody else out there working hard. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Oh, we got another
Go
question.
ahead.
Sorry, sir, we do have one question.
You betcha.
Got one. James Swansford, go ahead, please.
So I don't. How do you log in? Because is that on Facebook or something? Or
Go to our website, www.warrentransport.com.
okay.
And if you,
All right. Thank you.
or hey, if you can't find it, give me a call and we'll lead you. I'll lead you to it.
No, there's
I'm
probably,
not computer smart. I'm sorry, sir.
you're good. There's
You're
probably
all good.
100 people that have the same question.
Yes.
There's a little blue icon. We'll see if We'll see if I can get this on
Yeah,
here.
so on our website, it looks like, yeah, Joe's showing it right now on the screen, but it looks like a license plate. It's a blue thing that says Laredo Safety Banquet. You click on that and it'll lead you to all the prompts you need to fill out and get your name registered. And if all that fails, you give me a call and I'll manually register you myself. We always have a strong turnout at this thing. We have a mariachi band down there as well. We give out plenty of prizes like flat screen TVs. I'm going to give away a couple of tire gauges, and we'll get a set of steer tires. It's always a great time. Joe does a great job of bingo. He knows a little bit of Spanish. It's all good.
Poquito.
All right. So this is done then. Okay, sir.
Yep.
All right. I just didn't recognize the voice.
Oh, good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Good
James.
questions.
Any other ads, Luke?
Thank you very much. So checking, sir, anybody, if you have a question, please go ahead and press pound on now. Okay, and there are no other questions, sir.
All right. Sine die. It looks like this meeting is adjourned. Have a great, safe week. We'll see you next week.